No one ever sits you down and asks you the most important question of your life. Do you actually want children? Not will you have them someday, not when will you, not don't you think you'll regret it? Do you want them, truly, without fear, without pressure, without guilt? Almost nobody is asked that. Instead, you are trained. From the moment you are born, you are trained. You are given dolls. You are shown cartoons where everyone grows up, gets married, and has babies. You are praised when you say you want a family. You are laughed at when you say you don't. You are slowly taught that adulthood equals reproduction, that real life begins only after you create another life, that without children, you are unfinished, incomplete, broken. So most people never choose parenthood. They obey it. They drift into it. They fall into it. They are pushed into it. And later, they call it destiny. But destiny is usually just pressure wearing a pretty mask. Look around. Family dinners, relatives asking uncomfortable questions. So when's the baby coming? You're not getting younger. Your parents want grandchildren. Who will take care of you when you're old? Life is meaningless without kids. These are not innocent comments. They are social weapons. They are reminders that your life does not belong to you. It belongs to tradition, expectation, fear, and other people's dreams. No one tells you that having a child is the most permanent decision you will ever make. You can change jobs, you can leave relationships, you can move countries, you can restart your life at 40, 50, 60. But once you create a human being, there is no restart, no undo button, no exit. You are locked in forever. Yet people treat this choice like it's automatic, like breathing, like aging, like something that just happens. And that is terrifying. Because behind the smiling photos and birthday parties is a truth most parents are never allowed to say. Some of them are drowning. Some of them feel erased. Some of them feel like strangers in their own lives. Some of them wake up every morning exhausted, resentful, numb. Not because they hate their children. They love them deeply, painfully. But love does not cancel regret. Love does not give back time. Love does not restore lost identity. There are parents who look at their old photos and barely recognize themselves. There are parents who think, if I could go back, I wouldn't do this. And then they feel ashamed for even thinking it. So they bury it. They smile. They pretend. They suffer quietly. And society helps them hide, because we have decided that parenthood must be sacred. Mothers must be saints. Fathers must be heroes. Anyone who admits weakness is labeled selfish, cruel, ungrateful. So people lie. To others, to themselves. They say, it's hard, but it's worth it. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it isn't. But no one is allowed to say the second part. Here's what no one tells you early enough. A child does not just take your money. A child takes your time, your sleep, your freedom, your silence, your mental space, your career options, your relationships, your energy, your body, your future. And once it's gone forever. People will say, that's just adulthood. No, that's a choice, a massive one that most people never consciously make. Many children are born not from desire, but from fear. Fear of being alone, fear of being judged, fear of regret, fear of disappointing parents, fear of missing out, fear of dying unnoticed. So people create another human being to fix their anxiety, to give themselves meaning, to feel needed, to feel important. And that is where the injustice begins. Because no child asked to be your therapy. No child agreed to carry your emotional wounds. No child volunteered to be your purpose. Yet millions are born into that role. Think about it. How many people do you know who said, I studied myself deeply, I questioned society, I examined my motives, I prepared emotionally, financially, mentally, and then I decided, with full awareness, to become a parent? Almost none. Most simply followed what came next: school, job, marriage, baby, repeat. And they call that a life. But following a script is not living. It is surviving inside someone else's story. And many people wake up too late to realize they never wrote their own. Nobody tells you the full cost before you buy in. They show you the highlight reel, the first smile, the first step, the birthday candles, the school photos, the proud graduation post. They never show you the nights you will sit on the floor at 3 a.m. wondering how you became this tired version of yourself. They never show you the panic attacks in locked bathrooms, the silent crying in parked cars, the quiet resentment you feel and immediately hate yourself for feeling. Because admitting regret is treated like a crime, so parents learn to suffer politely. They learn to wear exhaustion like a badge of honor. They learn to call burnout love. But love should not feel like erasure. A child does not just enter your life. A child rearranges it around themselves. Your schedule bends, your finances shrink, your dreams become someday, your hobbies disappear, your friendships fade, your body changes, your mind fragments, your identity dissolves into one word, parent. And for some people, that feels meaningful. For others, it feels like slow suffocation. Yet no one warns you that this is possible. Society sells parenthood like a miracle product. It will complete you. It will heal you. It will give your life meaning. But meaning borrowed from another human being is unstable. When your happiness depends on someone else's existence, you have already placed an unbearable weight on them. Many parents secretly know this. They feel it when their child struggles, when their child rebels, when their child pulls away. They feel their entire sense of worth cracking because they built their identity on someone who was never meant to carry it. And then comes the financial reality. No one likes to talk about it because it sounds cold, but money is survival. Diapers, doctors, school, clothes, rent, food, technology, transport, emergencies, university, therapy. One unexpected illness can destroy everything. One accident can erase years of savings. Many parents live one crisis away from collapse. They smile through debt. They joke about being broke. But inside, they are terrified. They are trapped in responsibility they cannot escape. And then there's the emotional labor, the invisible work, the constant worrying, the monitoring, the explaining, the negotiating, the comforting, the disciplining, the guiding, the apologizing, the planning, the remembering. It never ends. There's no off switch. Even when you sleep, part of your brain stays awake. Even when you work, part of you is elsewhere. Even when you relax, guilt follows you. You are never fully present anywhere again. You are split permanently. And some people adapt. Others slowly disappear. Many marriages don't survive this. Romance turns into logistics. Passion turns into schedules. Intimacy turns into exhaustion. Partners become co-workers managing a household. And when resentment grows, it has nowhere to go. Because leaving feels immoral, staying feels unbearable. So people settle into quiet unhappiness. They tell themselves, this is just life now. And society applauds them for it. We celebrate sacrifice without asking who it is really for. We praise parents for giving everything, while ignoring that they had no idea what everything meant. And when they finally admit they are struggling, they are told, you chose this, as if choice under pressure is real choice, as if consent without information is valid, as if being young, scared, and surrounded by expectations is freedom. There are parents who love their children and still wish they had chosen differently. Both can be true, but we don't allow that truth. We force people into simple boxes: good parent, bad parent, grateful, ungrateful, strong, weak. There's no space for complexity. So pain turns inward, depression rises, anxiety spreads, medication becomes normal, therapy becomes survival. Many parents live on the edge of burnout for decades and still tell others to have kids, it's beautiful. Why? Because admitting the truth would mean admitting they were misled, and that hurts more than exhaustion. Think about this carefully. If someone told you up front, you will lose most of your freedom, your stress will double, your expenses will explode, your relationship may suffer, your mental health may decline, your personal dreams may die, you may feel trapped, you may feel regret, and you can never undo this. How many people would still say yes? Far fewer. Which is why this information is hidden, because the system depends on reproduction. Economies need workers, governments need taxpayers, cultures need continuity, religions need followers. Your personal well-being is secondary. You are encouraged to reproduce first and cope later. And when coping fails, you are blamed. But the truth is simple. Parenthood is not automatically fulfilling. It is not automatically meaningful. It is not automatically beautiful. It's a gamble, and many people lose quietly. Not because they are bad, but because no one told them the odds. At some point, if you're honest with yourself, you have to ask a question that feels almost forbidden. Not, can I raise a child, but should I bring a child into this world at all? These are not the same question. The first is about ability. The second is about responsibility. Most people only ask the first. They check their salary, their relationship, their age, their house, and if those boxes are ticked, they proceed. They never stop to examine the environment their child will inherit, because doing that seriously is uncomfortable. It ruins the fantasy. Look at the world without filters. Climate instability, extreme heat, flooded cities, burning forests, collapsing ecosystems, rising food prices, water shortages, mass migration, political extremism, digital addiction, surveillance capitalism, mental health epidemics, loneliness on a massive scale, job insecurity, artificial intelligence replacing human labor, housing becoming unreachable, healthcare becoming unaffordable, education turning into debt. These are not distant possibilities, they are present realities. They are already shaping lives, and they will intensify. Every serious scientific and economic model says the same thing. The future will be more unstable than the past. Yet people continue to act as if tomorrow will magically be easier than today. They plan nurseries while the planet overheats. They post baby announcements while glaciers melt. They celebrate new life while old systems collapse. This is not optimism, it is denial. Some people say every generation had problems. That is true, but not every generation faced global ecological breakdown, technological displacement, and economic concentration at the same time. This era is different in scale and speed. We are not adjusting slowly, we are falling fast, and children will land in the middle of it. They will grow up with climate anxiety as background noise, with competition as a constant, with insecurity as normal, with digital pressure shaping their identity before they understand themselves. Many already do. Depression and anxiety among young people are at record levels. Suicide rates are rising. Loneliness is widespread. Social connection is weakening. And still, adults say they'll be fine. Based on what evidence? Hope is not a plan. Faith is not protection. Love is not armor against collapsing systems. You cannot hug away drought. You cannot discipline away economic collapse. You cannot parent your child out of a failing planet. And yet, parents are expected to pretend they can. Another uncomfortable truth is this. Many people want children because they believe their child will fix something. Fix their loneliness, fix their marriage, fix their boredom, fix their lack of purpose, fix their fear of death, fix their sense of insignificance. They imagine a future where their child becomes successful, admirable, impactful, a legacy, a proof that their life mattered. But children are not extensions, they are not projects, they are not guarantees. They may struggle, they may fail, they may reject your values, they may resent you, they may suffer in ways you cannot prevent. They may not become what you imagined, and if your identity depends on their success, both of you will suffer. There's also genetic reality. You pass on more than eye color. You pass on vulnerability, illness, addiction risk, mental health patterns, trauma responses, temperaments, tendencies. You cannot edit these out with good intentions. You are rolling biological dice with someone else's life, and the odds are never perfect. Even in wealthy, stable families, children face accidents, illnesses, social cruelty, existential confusion. Pain is guaranteed. The question is not whether your child will suffer, it is how much and how often, and whether it was necessary to impose that risk. We usually avoid putting people in danger without consent. We don't enroll strangers in experiments. We don't expose them to harm just in case it works. But reproduction does exactly that. It exposes a person to every possible harm without asking, because asking is impossible. So we justify it afterward with stories about beauty and meaning. But stories do not erase consequences. Consider this. If you knew with certainty that someone you love would experience heartbreak, illness, loss, fear, and death, would you sign them up for that experience? If you had the power to prevent it all by simply not creating them, would you hesitate? Most people avoid this thought because it feels disturbing. It challenges the deepest assumptions of society. It forces you to confront that existence is not automatically a gift. It is a burden as much as a blessing, and it is placed on someone without their permission. Many parents love their children deeply and still worry about this. They lie awake at night thinking about the future, about wars, about shortages, about instability, about whether their child will be safe. That fear never leaves. It grows with every headline, with every disaster, with every crisis. Parenting in this era is permanent anxiety, and calling it normal does not make it healthy. When you choose to have a child today, you are not choosing a peaceful path. You are choosing to guide someone through uncertainty, scarcity, and pressure. Maybe they'll thrive, maybe they won't. You cannot know, and pretending that love guarantees safety is one of the biggest lies we tell ourselves.
There's a strange idea buried deep inside modern culture that life only becomes real when you pass it on, that your story only matters if it continues through someone else, that if you do not reproduce, you have failed some invisible test. This belief is so old and so normalized that most people never question it. They inherit it like a reflex. They absorb it through jokes, movies, family pressure, religion, and fear. And by the time they're adults, it feels like truth. But it is not truth. It is tradition. And tradition is just the past controlling the present. For centuries, people had children because they needed labor, security, and survival. High infant mortality, no pensions, no health care, no social safety nets. Children were insurance, they were workers, they were protection. But that world is gone. What remains is the habit, the expectation, the automatic behavior. We are still following survival logic in an era where it no longer applies. And it is costing people their freedom, their mental health, and sometimes their happiness. Choosing not to have children is still treated like a defect, like something is missing, like something is wrong. You'll change your mind. You'll regret it. You're selfish. You'll be lonely. Who will take care of you? These phrases are repeated so often they sound like facts, but they are fears dressed as advice. They are projections from people who never learned to sit with themselves. Loneliness does not come from being childless. It comes from lacking meaning, connection, and self-knowledge. Plenty of parents are lonely. Plenty of child-free people are fulfilled. A child is not a cure for emptiness. It only hides it temporarily. Real maturity is not reproduction. It is self-awareness. It is knowing your limits, your wounds, your motivations, your capacity. It is admitting, I am not prepared to shape another human being. That is not weakness. That is responsibility. Some people break cycles by becoming better parents. Others break cycles by ending them, by refusing to pass down trauma, by refusing to recreate dysfunction, by refusing to gamble with another consciousness. Both paths require courage, but only one is socially rewarded. We praise creation, we ignore restraint. Yet restraint is often the deeper moral act. Think about how much pressure is lifted when you stop trying to justify your existence through legacy, when you stop needing someone else to validate your life, when you realize you are allowed to be complete as you are, without proof, without descendants, without a biological echo. A child-free life is not empty. It is open. It is flexible. It is spacious. It allows for friendships chosen freely, for creativity without interruption, for service without obligation, for rest without guilt, for growth without sacrifice. It allows you to give attention to many lives instead of consuming all your energy on one. It allows you to heal instead of repeating. Many people who choose not to have children do so quietly. They do not announce it, they do not seek approval. They simply live, and they build meaning in ways society rarely celebrates. They mentor, they create, they volunteer, they protect animals, they care for elders, they build communities, they leave the world better without needing a bloodline. That is legacy, just not the kind that fits on a family tree. There is nothing heroic about reproducing by default. There is nothing noble about following pressure. There is nothing meaningful about repeating patterns without thought. The real courage is stopping and asking, why am I doing this? And being willing to accept the answer, even if it disappoints others, even if it isolates you, even if it goes against tradition. Because your life is not a communal project, it is yours, and the consequences of your choices are yours to carry. When you create a person, you are making a permanent moral decision. You are deciding that another consciousness will experience pain, loss, confusion, fear, and death, along with joy, love, and beauty. You are choosing that on their behalf. That is not something to do casually. That is not something to do out of boredom or fear or habit. If you decide to become a parent after deep reflection, honesty, and preparation, that is your right. But if you decide not to, that is also courage, and society must learn to respect it. We need fewer unconscious parents and more conscious humans. We need fewer people reproducing out of anxiety and more people living out of clarity. We need to stop pretending that every life must continue biologically to matter. Some of the most meaningful lives in history left no children. They left ideas, compassion, art, change, healing. If you are watching this and questioning everything you were taught, that is not weakness, that is awakening. You are doing what most people never dare to do. You are examining the script before acting it out, and that alone makes you rare. Whether you choose parenthood or not, let it be a real choice, not a reflex, not a fear response, not a cultural obligation. Let it be conscious, because the greatest gift you can give the world is not another body, it is a responsible mind, a healed heart, a life lived deliberately. And sometimes the bravest thing you can say is not, "I will continue this," but "I will stop it here." Thank you for listening. Thank you for thinking. Thank you for refusing to sleepwalk through the biggest decision of existence. And if this message mattered to you, if it shook something loose inside you, share it, talk about it, question with others. Break the silence, because uncomfortable truth is the beginning of freedom.